Now, we've seen the 2-on-1 pass off. When you're on the overhook side, okay, or the strangle side, the idea of kind of circling your head out, okay, passing your partner's arms over the top or passing your head underneath, and then elbow cutting is going to be the primary way that you're going to deal with this position. However, there is another escape from this position that you need to know. I'm going to preface it by saying that the headlock escape is not one that I've ever, I don't feel 100% doing it, partly because I feel like it puts some strain on my shoulder, but you may find differently, okay? There are some people who love it. Gordon is a big fan of the headlock escape and has used it to great effect. It requires you understanding one or two important mechanics, and if you understand those, then the escape is going to work much better for you. If you're not able to achieve those mechanics, though, you're going to have some issues. So let's look at what the headlock escape is, and then what are these mechanics that we need to pay attention to, these key details, okay? So we're in the same situation that we found ourselves previously. We're going to end up on the side of the strangle, okay, the overhook. So your partner's arm is here. They've got their two feet inside as square hooks right now, and we're doing always the same thing that we're doing with our hands. We're going to focus on this, taking our hand over our partner's hands, okay? Ideally, your thumb is on the inside. If you can get it inside the wrist, that's good. If you can go under your partner's top hand and put your thumb against your partner's thumb, that's even better, okay? But this primary defensive hand has to be in place. The secondary hand needs to be in place as well. When you do a 2-on-1 pass-off, it requires a little bit of space. In other words, you have to have a little bit of room, right? Bring your partner's hands down your body, okay? You've got to have a little bit of room as you shrug to be able to slip the arms either over your head here, okay? Or to slip your head down underneath. When there's too much, when there's too much tension in the arms, okay, you'll find that it's not that easy to move your partner's arms, especially your partner keeps their head close to you. And this is the ideal time for the headlock escape. So when we do the headlock escape, we're going to do the same thing in terms of what we're doing with our chin. We're going to duck our chin and we're going to turn towards our partner. Then we're going to hit a bridge. The bridge is designed to take our arm, our shoulder, over our partner's shoulder. Okay, and this is one of the key mechanical elements you have to achieve if you want this technique to work. We're going to hit a bridge here as we look that's going to take our shoulder over our partner's shoulder here. Once that happens, we're going to windmill our arm. So we take our elbow and we pass it over the top and we headlock our partner here. Okay, now it looks like a lot, but actually what you'll find is that especially as you're working your partner's arms down here, okay, we've misaligned the hips, our back is parallel to the floor, he's holding on tightly. When we hit this bridge, it's not that difficult to take your shoulder from being in front of your partner's shoulder to up over the top. Then from here, it's about taking your elbow high, circling and hugging your partner's head. Now, if you're like me, the first time I saw this escape, I was like, why would you ever extend your arm in this fashion? Okay, now from here, not only are you kind of in this bad position on the back, but now your arm is kind of extended, your shoulder is extended. The reality is that once you're controlling your partner's head here, your partner is no longer behind your tricep. And when he's not behind the tricep, now from here, provided that you're working to defend against your partner's strangle arm, you can take your legs and you can hit this scissoring action with your legs. When you do so here, you can turn, and instead of having your partner's chest on your back, now you can go chest to chest. And then ideally from here, we're looking to make some space. We'll look at how we deal with that when we end up in the closed guard. So, one, here we have our good connection with our hands. Two, we're going to shrug and look towards our partner. Three, we're going to hit a bridge that takes our shoulder over our partner's shoulder. Okay, if you try to reach your arm from down here, it's going to be difficult. So you have to hit the bridge that takes your shoulder over your partner's shoulder, and then from here you can hug your partner's head. Next, we take our legs and we scissor them. As we scissor them, we take our top leg over our bottom leg, and that's going to turn our hips. Now from here, you're going to take your head over your partner's head, come up, and get your partner, get chest to chest with your partner. So, last time through, okay, one, we're falling to the overhook side. We're taking our primary hand, putting it on top. Our secondary hand is in place. We're misaligning our hips. Three, we hit a bridge. As we bridge, we take our shoulder over our partner's shoulder and we take our elbow high to wrap the head. Notice again,
We're not releasing this arm, okay? Don't just unlock here. Okay, even though the angle is wrong, it pays dividends to control your partner's wrist here. Then we're going to take our two legs and we're going to scissor them. We use the momentum here to turn our body and pull our elbow back. From here now, you're chest to chest. You can create space and look to gain your posture, okay? The headlock escape in particular requires you to really get your shoulder above your partner's shoulder. That's one. Two, you want to make sure that your partner is well connected to you. If they're not well connected to you, if they're a little bit looser, then it makes sense to do 2-on-1 pass off. But if they're really locked in place and the 2-on-1 pass off is not possible, you're always going to find that it's easier to bridge, circle your arm, and then from there, scissor your legs. Let's take a look at what happens when we land in the closed guard out of this escape, and one very important thing that you need to do if you want to be able to gain posture.